Hello everyone, it's TravisMonkey once again. I have another Techtonica video for you. I'm excited. This game's great. I'm having a great time, but I keep going into the Discord, onto Reddit, onto all sorts of places that I keep seeing people go, I don't know how to do these things. How do you blink? How do you blink? Well, I'm going to answer some basic questions here today. We got a few things we're going to run through. We're going to learn how to place floors. We're going to learn how to power those floors. We're going to build belts. We're going to show inserters, and we're going to show storage. You can see right in front of me, we have a lonely little power wheel. We're going to place floors and power those floors using this water wheel. We're going to build some belts, and Sparks is going to help us out with it. And then we're going to let her take a ride around and get put into storage. We'll show you all that right here in this video. Very quick, very exciting, very easy. This is the basic stuff. This is something that if you've played these games, you probably already know. That's okay. Some people don't understand it. It's a new genre for them, and they're jumping in and they go, I don't get it. Can you help? You're the person that I'm trying to help here today. So if you're going, hey, Trobs, this game looks cool, but I don't get some of the basic stuff, let me see if I can help you. So first and foremost, as you can see, we have this water wheel. He's got floors around him. The floors can be powered, and then you'll see them light up. Right now, they're not lit up. There's no power. And that's because there's no generators on them. We can't put any generators on them until there's some space. So let's make some space. Down on my taskbar at the bottom, you can see the floors lit up with the 2. We're going to go ahead and we're just going to highlight and expand out and place floors next to that generator. That's all it is. That's placing floors. Now, the fun thing with floors, and you'll see this in a moment, we're actually going to go ahead and build a second layer. And you'd be like, Trobs, why? We don't need that. We don't need that, but it's to demonstrate what floors do in this game. So we're going to expand it out, and here's our second layer of floors. We're not going to use it. This is simply demonstrating something. So now that we have our second floor of floors here, second floor of floors, we're going to plop down a couple of generators, and you notice the floors light up immediately. They are now powered. If we look at them, you can see them. Power usage, 300 kilowatts generated, 0 kilowatts used. And this is key, 1 water wheel will power 2 generators. At least in tier 1, I don't know what tier 2 does. I've only done tier 1. Now, going back to that floor I talked about, as you can see, the second level is also lit up. Now, if we go over and we remove one of those levels, the second level goes dark, but the first floor does not. So to recover real quickly, placing floors, just like this, you can place floors. The new floors are not immediately powered. It's a small glitch in the game. Nothing matter. It does work. But, quick like that, now they're powered. You place floors, they transfer power. You take a water wheel, add it to a crank generator, you then power those floors. Very simple, right? Real easy. If you didn't know that, that's okay. That's why we're here to learn today. Now, we have these floors, and I'm going to go ahead and delete this stuff out of the way just to clear our workspace a little bit. You have these floors, and once you have floors, you can put down your automation, you can put your assemblers down, whatever you're working with. Today, we're just going to take Sparks on a little ride. So we're going to build a little more floor space, just so we can get our lovely Sparks on a ride. Now, as I said, we need to build belts to do what we're going to do. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to place belts. Now, the belts in this game can be a little finicky, and I'm sure this is something the devs will work on, but if you build a straight line such as this, and then you have another line coming into it, it should automatically build a splitter like that. Additionally, if you were to split off of that, it will feed out. To demonstrate, here in a moment, we're going to add a couple more floors and move on to the next stage. So, that's how belts work, real quick and easy. That's the easy method against them is running belts against each other will cause them to behave how you would expect. Run a belt away from a belt, it creates a splitter away. Run a belt towards a belt, it creates a splitter towards. And if you notice, once I remove it, the belt reverts back to normal. So we'll demonstrate how it works, and then I'll explain what's going on. So the next stage, we'll recover all this again, don't worry. The next stage, we're going to swap our toolbar. Now, this is something to cover real easy. Another basic thing that wasn't previously mentioned. Call it a bonus lesson. You notice the toolbars have a 1 and a 2. By default, if you hit Control 1 or Control 2 or Control 3 or Control 4, if you have things aside of that, it'll switch the taskbar for you. In your tech tree, there's a little thing that you can unlock more tech toolbars right here. I haven't worried about it yet. I haven't needed more than 2, but if you need it, you can. So small little bonus lesson, Control 1, Control 2, those will move your taskbars around. So we have Sparks in taskbar 2, and she's going to take a little ride to demonstrate how this works. So we're going to plop down a storage box. The storage box, we're going to throw Sparks inside. Sparks, as our rider, will be taking a ride just a moment with our inserter. The inserter is going to grab Sparks from inside the container and place her onto the belt. And there she goes. Sparks is now taking a ride down the belt. She'll reach the end of the belt and pause. Now, in order to demonstrate the previous splitters that I showed you, we're going to go ahead and we're going to build a couple more belts, swapping our toolbar back to 1. We're going to go ahead and we're going to pull a splitter off here. Now, if we grab Sparks again, she may or she may not take a ride down that splitter. We're going to see it may take a couple of attempts to see if she'll split off here. The inserter grabs her and... Sparks goes that way. We'll send her down one more time, see if she'll take the ride on the splitter. Down she goes. And there she is, split off through the splitter. So as I said, the belt's not too difficult. You just tell the direction arrow and you point it away. Now, here's a bonus tip on belts. If, while you are mousing over a belt with nothing else active, you can't have the belt construction up, you can't have light construction up, have nothing up more than a toolbar, and by default, hit R, you can see it down below where it says rotate, you can rotate the belts. If you notice, this will break your splitter, but it will also bring it right back. Pretty nifty, right? So, we've covered all the things I said we were going to cover, but we're going to cover them again real quick, just so everyone's locked in. As we just said, this is the belt covers. You point the belt the way you want to go. Nice and simple, nice direction. You point away, the belts will go away. It'll create a splitter and pull devices from the belts away from you. If you want belts to go away further down the line, same thing. And even if you want to, just for demonstration, whoop, we can bring the belts in. See? So away or towards the main line, however you decide to set it up. Pretty straightforward. If you have questions, hey, ask them down in the comments. I'm more than happy to answer them. As I said, there's two other quick things to cover. So as you see here, we have a lovely inserter. Inserters are your base things. You need them to move between belts, between these storage boxes on the various devices. You'll see these little boxes here on all sorts of things. That means you need an inserter to pull it out. Now, there's another type of inserter. This is very important, and this is a basic level inserter. So if we pull out this purple inserter, and the regular inserter, and throw this purple inserter, if you hit E on it, you can see a whole lot of things it will filter. Filtering is rather nifty. Just to demonstrate how filtering works, we're going to go ahead and toss in some iron and some copper bars. So if I tell it to only grab iron, it will only grab iron. And now the iron will be sent down the line. So if I take the iron out of the box, it does nothing. Only pulling the iron because it was programmed to pull only iron. Now, if I go ahead and I throw the regular inserter back in, well, you're going to get whatever's in the box. So, regular inserter grabs whatever's in the box. Filter inserter grabs whatever you specify to tell it to pull out. Pretty simple, right? I think we can handle that. Now, the last thing I said we're going to cover, storage boxes. This is just a tip. This is something I would suggest, especially if you're a new player or you're a player that's getting a little overwhelmed by all the things going on. That's very common. Don't feel bad about it. It's a game. You're learning. Don't feel bad when you watch YouTubers who have everything under control and they know what they're doing and you don't. It's a video game. Have fun, my friends. It's okay. So, just a tip for you. If you're overwhelmed, if you don't know what's going on, and you have a line, let's say you've produced a nice little line of things, and they're coming down real fast towards you, and you're just getting overwhelmed. You can't keep up with your belts, and you don't know what to do. My very simple tip, Lou says, oh yeah, listen up. Oh yes, she's got a lesson for you. Go ahead and grab some storage, grab your belts, grab a couple of inserters, and simply put everything away. It won't solve the problem long term. Eventually your storage will fill up. You'll need to do something with it. But in the interim, you have things somewhere they can go out of the way. Your belts can flow. You can catch up with whatever you're doing. It's fine. Remember, this is a game. You're here to have fun. If you have questions, ask them. People are happy to help. It's a lot of fun. Again, let's cover this one more time. You think? Let's do it one more time, chat. So we covered floors. Floors are quite simple. You click, you drag. When the floors are connected to your water wheel and crank generator, you get power, they'll turn on. Or if they're having a little bug, you can just delete one. The power will come right back on. No problem whatsoever. If you're going to build some belts, as we covered, you can take your belt, you can build towards the belt. You'll get a splitter that brings it in. Or you can build away from the belt. Oh, unless you do it incorrectly. You can build away from the belt. Oh, that's right. Neat little tidbit. If your splitter is built too close to a curve, it will not build the splitter. You need to at least, I don't know if this is by design or a bug, you need to have a one tile space where you place your splitter. We've run into this a couple times. I ran into it again. There you go. So, to rehash, belts. Place them. They go the direction of the arrow. If you have arrows coming in, you'll make a splitter that combines them, or a I don't know, combiner? Joiner? Mixer? I don't know. They bring them in. The splitter will take them away if you tell the arrows to go away. If you have inserters, they'll drop things off into your storage. And if you use a purple inserter, it'll grab only what you tell it to grab, just out of this lovely menu. Did I miss anything? I don't think I did. I think I covered all of my bases. If you have any questions, if you think, hey, Trobs, I actually do have a question. What about this? I'm more than happy to give you an answer. I'm here to help people out because I am loving this game. And I know this is real basic stuff. We can get into more detailed stuff. I'm more than happy to talk those details. If you want to know how to do something, heck, I might want to know how to do it. I have a wonderful base built. We're going to continue working on it, and I hope you enjoy watching these videos as I try to explain at least the little things, the bigger things, or just, having a good time. From my research tree in the beautiful Victor hallway, thanks so much for hanging out. Thanks so much for learning with me. I'll see you next time. A little more Techtonica, maybe? Maybe something else. We'll see you around. Trobs Monkey, I'm out.